Hello and welcome to the Lakehouse Analytics Peer Comparison online demo. Today, I'm going to show you how peer comparison presents hundreds of call report metrics ready to be analyzed and shown to your board at just a few clicks away. We're also going to dive into the ways that you can create custom peer groups to put your metrics in context and deepen your analysis. My name is Mark Hengel, so let's jump into it. When you first get into peer comparison, this is one of the pages that you're going to see. This is our balance sheet overview pages. We can go into loans, investments, deposits, borrowings, but the real magic of peer comparison is, of course, our peer groups. Now you can search for individual banks, but we also provide you with a couple peer groups right out of the box. FFIEC National and State Peer Group are two that you may recognize, but we also provide you with our own custom peer groups, such as the Lakehouse Analytics National Peer Group, a benchmarking peer group, and an asset-based peer group. These are all customized to your bank. I'm just going to search for an individual bank now because that's what's best for the balance sheet. This is a bank that is similar to our demo bank here. And now, as you see, you're going to recognize these metrics. We give you the asset distribution. Any of our graphs and images can be saved or copied and put into your own reports. And if you hover over any of our visuals, you can also get a little more detail on what you're looking at there. I'm going to pull down the asset concentration trend. I'm going to pull down the liability and equity trend as well so you can get an idea of our visuals. Once again, you get more detail when you hover your mouse over. Now I'm going to adjust the timeline slider as well. This is on all of our pages. And you're going to notice that the graphs reflect the change in the timeline. So now we can do a little more historical analysis. You can do the same things with our loans page. Once again, all these visuals can be copied and downloaded as well. I'm going to show you our deposits page, but all of our pages really dive into the specifics of each of those subjects. Now let's go ahead and create a new peer group. Now on our peer groups page, you see all of the peer groups that I mentioned earlier. You can view those banks if you want a little more detail, but let's go ahead and create a custom peer group. Now, when creating a peer group, we have three distinct paths that you can take. You can choose distinct banks, targeted banks, and also similar banks. Now, let's start with distinct banks. This is our most straightforward way of creating a peer group. You simply type a bank in that you want to see, and then you can add it to a group. Now, this is great if you have a list of competitors or banks just down the street from you that you want to create a group and keep an eye on, or maybe you're going to a conference and you want to get an idea of the banks that you're going to be seeing there. Targeted banks are the next group that we're going to dive into here. And this group is really great to create if you have an idea of the kind of metrics that you want to see reflected in a group of banks, but you may not know the names of those banks. Now, when we start, you're going to notice that there are 102 banks selected, but as we go, that number is going to decrease. So I'm going to create an aspirational group, and maybe we're concerned about asset growth. Now you can adjust these numbers here, but I'm just going to leave it at the suggested 5 to 10%. You can get into the ownership type or the state that the bank is in, the loan concentration. For this example, I'm going to select CRE. You can also dive deeper into the services offered, and you can take a look at their performance metrics. Now we allow you to select applicable, better, or give you a range of metrics that you want to see reflected. So if I'm creating an aspirational group, again, just in theory, maybe this bank is concerned about improving their cost of funds, their deposit cost, and their Texas ratio. And so now we have a nice group of 17 banks that we can then use to analyze throughout the rest of the site.